Good morning everyone, this is now final boarding call for all our guests travelling to Regional on flight 1035. Boarding will close shortly through gate 7.
3 weeks out from the first practice match of the year, Melbourne sets off to Maroochydore for its annual pre-season camp.
Last season wasn't the one everyone wanted or kind of expected.
Yeah, we've reset. We had a big period up until Christmas. It took a couple of weeks off to refresh, get ready. We're energised, we're ready to go. So we've got a week up here, a couple of weeks to go, and then games.
So the boys have started with their first session today, which has been a solid session, but they've really struggled with the heat. They will acclimatise. We're really happy with what we've got out of the pre-Christmas training load. So that just means that we can get the full ground 18v18 drills that we want to get out and get them ready to go round one. We've been pretty blessed with the 3 guys that have come in. They're really durable guys. We have taken a little bit of the training load away from them, but they're coping with it really, really well, and they're certainly fitting in culturally with the group, so we're really happy with what we've got there.
Yeah, it's been pretty hard, but we're getting into a lot more playing and stuff like that, so I think that's the funnest bit. So I think the fun just takes over, and then it's going really well.
Yeah, Jacko's been really great. I'd heard bits and pieces, but until you see the person and see what they're capable of, it's pretty impressive and pretty special to have a big guy come into the group that can run like he can, that can jump like he can. I guess the big positive from that is that we can get him into the ball work, and he can work on his craft straight away. So Jacko's pretty impressive. Just got to do a bit of work in the gym, but as a performance group, we're pretty excited.
Bit of cash and waves this morning then. Got the whole crew here. I didn't start surfing till I was probably in my second year of footy. So I was about 20 years old, kind of needed a escape away from football, so I thought surfing looked pretty easy and looked pretty cool, and started up and found out it wasn't easy at all. It's taken me a few years to get the hang of it. And then I went through hurting my feet, and that kind of stopped any extracurricular activities I'd planned on doing. Today was the first time I've surfed in over 2 years, which was pretty exciting for me because it was something that I did enjoy doing, and does help me get away from football and find the balance. So to be able to get out there again this morning with a couple of boys was good fun. Yeah, when you're out there, you're not really thinking anything about football or life. You're kind of just in the present. So that's why I enjoy surfing, because you're really just focused on being out in the water and focusing on the now rather than what happened yesterday, what you've got coming up. It's a good camp because we train really hard and the conditions are really tough, but then there's awesome facilities to come down to the beach, to come up here, build deeper relationships with your teammates and coaches. I think equally as important as training hard up here.
After a day spent away from the track, the players gather to hear from Simon Goodwin, with a big surprise coming for a soon-to-be Demon.
So, guys and girls, I thought it was really important that we got everyone here tonight. Firstly, because it was a great chance to reinforce why we're here. We've spoken a lot about team first, and obviously our togetherness piece, we're obviously going to have a session with Salt. But when we speak about togetherness and we speak about connection, we speak about winning on all levels as people. And we've got a guy that has been winning in life, in turning things around. And he's done everything that we've asked him to do. And for that reason, we're going to offer him a contract. Harley Bennell. So Harles, we know it's been a journey. You're on a really good one. We're not concerned about the calf. We're going to work really hard with our staff to make sure we get that right. But you're winning in so many other ways, and we want you to be a part of this footy club long term. So you're going to be part of us, mate. So all the best.
This time last year, Stephen May was sitting in the stands. The key defender tore his hamstring on the first day of the camp, just 3 months after being traded to the club.
You know, myself and Tom Lynch left our clubs as the captain. He wins a flag and we finish second last, and I don't even get out in the park, so couldn't have went any worse, I don't think. You know, I had a beer on a Sunday and I was on the front page of the paper or the back page of the paper. And I think when you're losing, everything's under like a really big magnifying glass, but you know, I've certainly learned from that. There were some positives, but as a whole, I'm a really harsh critic, and I wanted to play a role in helping this team progress further than they did, and unfortunately we didn't. And you know, I blame myself a bit for that. Obviously, one player doesn't change the whole result of the season, but you know, I'd rather be out there losing with the boys than just sitting in the stands. Yep. Let's go! Let's go! There was a little bit of nerves yesterday, running out there in that same deck where I did my hammy. I just feel like I'm a lot more prepared and conditioned this year than last year. I've had to do a few extra sessions just with managing my injuries from last year, but you know, I'm about 4 and a bit kilos lighter than last year, so you know, that sort of sets me up going into the season. Oh man, is you strong? Jeez. Yeah, you're a big dog. So you're going green, orange, and back to red, yeah? Smooth. That's smooth. Great, man. Is that what you like it, T-Mac? Celebrate your goals. Yeah. You too. We'll celebrate them with you. On field, I'm the same as when I was the captain at the Suns. Can't control it. It's just a bit of white line fever. You run across and perfectionist. Get angry all the time when we do concede a point or a goal. So, but I think that's what helps me be a good teammate in a way, and a good player, is that I never want to lose, and I don't want my teammates to lose. So I was trying to hold everyone accountable, including myself.
First week back, I reckon we just put it to the playing group, see what they say. But I think we've got to have an expectation that leadership's not just for the leaders. Get them to vote for captain, vice captain, deputy, and we refine it to 3 guys, maybe 4, maybe 4.
Depending on their recommendations.
But, we need to know what the players think, who they want to lead the footy club.
Max Gawn, one of Melbourne's key leaders, gives his coaches, teammates and fans an almighty scare on day 4 of the camp. The ruckman went down with a knee injury early in the session, with initial fears that it could have been a season-ending blow.
When something like that happens to a knee, I've obviously had 8 knee scopes on my other leg, including 2 of them being ACLs, and you get a good feeling of what is what when your knee sort of buckles, and I ended up running off the ground, walked straight up into the rooms. I felt my medial, I knew it was my medial, but you never know if there's something else.
2, 1, yep!
You can't make things about you at that moment, even though there's potentially a 12-month injury, and with me, my third reco and overall knee health and all sorts of things will be going through in my head. But that didn't happen, and it was just a tiny little sigh of relief.
Get in, Sparks! 4 Sparks. Oh!
The MRI place is a horrible place. I've had a lot of scans, obviously, and when there's potential of it being bad, staring up at that roof, which they try and make it a little bit colourful, they put a bit of a galaxy and a stars up there, and it's a horrible 25 minutes. Sure enough, before I even went in for my scan, there was an article saying I'd suffered a pretty big knee injury, and as I was in the MRI, I worked out that I've got missed calls from mum, dad and my wife, so I forgot to tell. But yeah, it shows how much everyone cares and how much footy means to the extended family and all supporters and friends, and it was nice to get a bit of love.
It's been a gruelling 7 days on the Sunshine Coast, but the D's have still been able to enjoy all that the trip has had to offer. Embracing the hard work and heat, they now head back to Melbourne with a refreshed mindset ahead of their next training block. Next week on To Hell and Back, the practice matches begin as season 2020 edges closer, while the Demons make a decision on their leadership structure.